What's up, everybody? It's Jordan from the Sports Behind Show. In this video, I'm going to be doing an off-season preview for the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to be doing a free agency mock, a 3-round mock draft from PFF, and also be doing a record prediction for the Carolina Panthers based on the moves I did in this video. So let's go ahead and get started here. The Panthers this past season were 7-10, and it was very impressive, honestly, that they were 7-10 despite some of the lack of star players that they have. Steve Wilkes did a tremendous job, but they elected not to hire him as their next head coach. They hired Frank Reich as their new head coach. And it's interesting because, some people don't like that move. I don't think it's a terrible move, but, we'll see what happens there. But with the Panthers, when you look at some of their team needs, they could really use help at quarterback, linebacker, and wide receiver. And currently, they don't have much money in cap space. Right now, they have about negative $1 million in cap space, but some of these cap casualties, to me, I feel like that's something you really have to consider. For Carolina, I had them releasing linebacker Damian Wilson. I also had them releasing offensive lineman Pat Elflein. Those moves combined to about $8 million, and I also had them restructuring the contracts of Austin Corbett and DJ Moore. And after those moves take into place, they have about $26 million in cap space, which they're going to have to do some of those moves in order to get over the cap because they're currently under the cap, which is not good. So looking at some of these re-signings here for the Carolina Panthers, I had them re-signing center Bradley Bozeman to a 3-year deal worth $26 million. He was very, very impressive last year. Definitely earned him a long-term deal with the Panthers, but you don't know if he's going to stay, with a rebuilding team or if he might go to a team who's kind of in a win-now mode type of deal. But 3 for $26 for Bradley Bozeman to me would be a great deal because you need someone who can be here kind of for the rebuild. Just like DJ Moore and some of these other guys. But Bradley Bozeman, to me, if you get him, that would be a great signing for the Panthers. If you lose him, that's going to hurt you a lot because he's one of your best offensive linemen. Bozeman, to me, is pretty much the only guy Carolina should be focusing on to re-signing. So look at some of these, free agency signings here. One signing to me I absolutely love, and I feel like it should be talked about more, is the Panthers going after Paris Campbell. Ever since Curtis Samuel left Washington, the Panthers have kind of lacked that speedster receiver, and I feel like Paris Campbell could really fill that void. Paris Campbell had a career high in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns this past year. He had 63 receptions, over 600 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns last year with the Colts. And it seemed like the Colts were changing quarterbacks every single week. So it's very impressive considering the situation that Campbell was in this past year. All of a sudden, if you have Paris Campbell and DJ Moore, it's a really, really nice wide receiver duo. And I feel like that would be a great, whoever your quarterback is, to have another weapon for that quarterback. When you look at the Panthers, their top need is linebacker. And one of these linebackers, to me, really stands out from the other, and that's Leighton Vander. Leighton Vander, I have him signed to a 2-year deal worth $24 million. Vander is good when he's healthy, but it just seems that he's constantly hurt. The last 4 years, he's missed 16 games. But honestly, when you start thinking about that, it's honestly surprising he's missed that few. I thought it would have been way, way more than that. But he had 90 tackles this season. That's the most since 2018, his rookie year. His rookie year, he was phenomenal, but since then, he's kind of took a slight decline in play. But if you get Leighton Vander on your defense, that would be absolutely massive for this Carolina Panthers team. I mean, you re-sign Bradley Bozeman, you sign Paris Campbell to a nice deal. I mean, you sign Leighton Vander. I mean, these moves for Carolina would be really, really nice. They just have to find that quarterback. So Vander, I have him signed to a 2-year deal worth $24 million. Looking at this 3-round mock draft here from PFF, since we did not attack quarterback in free agency, we'll definitely be drafting one here in the first round. And with the 9th pick overall in the first round, the Carolina Panthers take Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson. To me, this is really interesting. I'm a big Florida fan. I somewhat see the hype with Anthony Richardson just because of his potential, but I just don't know why people are obsessed with him. Like, I've seen reports he could be a top 3 or 4 pick. I don't get that at all. To me, I'm definitely taking Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud over Richardson. Richardson has potential, but he's going to need at least, I would say, about half a year to sit down and, prepare and everything like that before he takes over. If he starts right away, I feel like that could be a disaster. But Richardson to Carolina, I do think could be good. Richardson, he is a great athlete. He's by far the most athletic quarterback in this draft. But Richardson, with a 9th overall pick to the Panthers, is not a bad pick here for the Panthers to get their possible franchise quarterback. So looking at round 2 here, the Panthers could use more help at guard, especially with, them releasing Pat Elflein. And I had them drafting another Florida player here, Florida guard Osiris Torrance. And when you look at this, I love the sign here. This is the best player available at the team need. Anytime it happens, go ahead and have that at an A-plus pick. Like, this is a tremendous pickup here for the Panthers. This is a very, very great value pick here. I mean, getting Torrance with a 39th pick overall, the odds of that happening might not be too high, but I mean, the Panthers might as well just be running up to the podium and, you know, putting this selection in if he's there. But that's a great pick there for the Panthers. They also have another second-round pick. With their second-round pick, they take Bowling Green edge rusher Carl Brooks. I like this pick a lot too. The Panthers could use more help at edge. Carl Brooks is extremely underrated. The last 2 years, he has 30 tackles for loss and over 17 sacks. For his career, he has 27.5 sacks and over 45 tackles for loss. If he played for Alabama or if he played for Ohio State, he would for sure be a first-round pick. Since he played at the small school like Bowling Green, he's not getting enough national recognition. But this is a really nice pick here with a 61st pick for the Panthers. This is a great value pick. He's one of the best players available here. And this is also another situation where it's arguably the best player available and it's team need. And that's another, to me, A-plus pick here for Carolina. And with the third-round pick, this is also another A-plus pick here. They could use more help at corner, and I had them drafting a corner from TCU, Tre'Vius Hodges-Tomlinson. He's by far the best corner available to me. I was shocked that he was here in this mock draft simulator from PFF. Once I saw him there, I definitely took him. This is another best player available for Carolina. To me, when you look at this draft for Carolina, they absolutely hit it out of the park. They got their quarterback in the first round, Anthony Richardson. In rounds 2 and 3, they got the best player available, and also it fits their team needs. And I feel like all those picks are really, really great here for Carolina. So when you look at this Carolina team, they were 7-10 last year, and it'll be very interesting to see what they do this year. So looking at this Panthers, 2023 schedule, kind of be doing a record prediction for them based on the moves I did in this video. So they play Atlanta, the Saints, Buccaneers. I think they won 1, maybe 2 of those games. The Packers, Vikings, Texans, and Colts, 1, maybe 2 of those games. The Bears, Lions, Jaguars, and Saints, maybe 1 or 2. And then the Buccaneers, Titans, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Seahawks, I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 of those games. So to me, when I'm looking at Carolina's upcoming season, based on the moves that I did in this video, I think Carolina will have the same record as last year at 7-10. And I know when you look at this Panthers team, they have a better roster this year than last year based on the moves I did in this video. But if Anthony Richardson were to start, to me, that's the only kind of question mark because you don't know how he's going to perform his rookie year. But if this were to happen, the Panthers would have a really, really nice future. It'd be really interesting to see what they do in free agency and who their next quarterback of the future is going to be. But that about does it for this video. If you're new to the channel or seen my videos before, I would really, really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time on the Sports 2 Hine Show.